Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about how God will provide. And so I feel like there's something wrong. People just kind of overlook with life and just overall. And there's so much in like dark places that they don't think God will. And I just want to just share some encouragement. So like God will provide in any situation, good or bad. He's there with you, and whether you see it or not, he's working it out right now as I speak, I guess. Um, like for example, God provided for people so many times in the Bible. God provided for Abraham and his son Isaac, so that Abraham didn't have to sacrifice his son. He sacrificed the lamb that was like jammed like in the bushes. And so it's really important that we look as Christians, we look towards like how God's gonna provide. For example, I was watching a video of this guy doing a transformation video, and I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get to do that. I'm not gonna have the financials because I feel God calling me into full-time missionary work. So I'm like thinking all this stuff in my head, and I'm like, wait, I shouldn't be focused on what I want. I should be focused on the things I'm gonna get out of God's plan for my life. And God will provide too. Like He will provide. If I want to go through do a crazy transformation video, God will provide for that. So I don't know why people, and it's doing right. It's very easy to get tripped up. Like the Lord will provide no matter what you're going through. If whether it's you need a best friend, God will provide a friend. If you need a relation fixed, God will provide a way for that relation to be fixed. Another example, and this is when I'm struggling, but I know God will provide. My best friend, he graduated high school, and he feels God calling him down to Florida to do a boys camp, and so I am just upset. Like I'm happy for him. God's gonna use him. It's like boys with like troubled boys, and he's just gonna go out there and help them and set a good example for them and help them grow and become more mature. Well, that's gonna be hard on me because he's like one of my biggest supporters. Like he's my accountable partner, and so it's gonna be really hard for me to. And I don't. The school I go to is a private school, and there's like 50 kids there, and I'm the oldest boy, and so I don't have really anybody else. And just overall, he was just someone I grew really close to in the past like 6 months, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm gonna need somebody because then I'm just gonna be home, and he's like, me and him would work out and everything, and it's just tough to see him go. But you know what? I mean, he'll be back in a year and a half, but until then, I'm just gotta trust in God and say, Lord, provide a friend. Another example is school right now in my life. I really struggle. I am not gifted academically. I love work, doing labor work and sports, but I am not gifted academically. And so when I go to a school that, for example, I guess I go to prep school, we use the ACU curriculum, and their failing is an 80%. So I struggle, and the issue with the ACU curriculum is that they don't, like I know like a lot of public school dudes, they don't adjust the kids' like needs to help pass grades. So I'm like, my average is like an 83. When I first went there was a 97. So it's like kind of taking a toll and messing with me a little bit and struggling to stay ahead. But then that's what I have to say, God will provide. He'll provide the brains I need to make it through school. He'll provide the knowledge and the study habits and the discipline I need to sit down and get extra schoolwork done and sit down and study. And it's also a mindset. Just get yourself in that. Once you get yourself in that routine of thinking God will provide, He always does, all the time. And like you may not see it, like I didn't see how God provided when my best friend passed away, but now I see how God provided a way for me to reach out to more people, and I can actually feel for them. Because the truth is, it sucks, but you can't feel for somebody until you've been through that. The same thing. I can feel for people who's had people pass away, especially their best friend, who's like a brother. God provides. It's hard to see. It's hard to know. It's hard to realize in the moment, in the tornado of it. Think about this, right? If you've ever seen Twister, the second recent Twister movie, and you're in the middle of that, and you're in the middle of the storm, and even the first one, and you look up and you see all these things spinning around and around, and you look out, you can't see far, which I'm sure would be in real life if somehow you'd be able to manage to be in the center of a tornado. You can't see very much around you. You just see all these worries and fears and disturbance and just anxiety just flinging around you. It's hard to see through the tornado, through the challenges that God will provide, because He will. So I just hope that encouraged you guys a little bit. Well, you guys take care of yourselves. Please comment on any subjects you want me to talk about, or anything you guys want me to talk about, or answer any questions. Take care of yourselves.